Comic fans, how you doing? It's Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Hope you're all doing well. Doing well in this crazy world, enjoying some awesome comic books. There's a lot of incredible stuff coming out in the rest of this year, the rest of 2021. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Every once in a while, I was hoping to do this every quarter, but clearly I don't know how quarters work. I was hoping to do, my most anticipated releases for that quarter, but yeah, I missed the boat, and so now I'm just going to do it for the rest of the year. It's so much easier that way, and I can do it all in one video instead of making you watch multiple videos, which I think is kind of cool. But that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about upcoming releases for the remainder of 2021 that I'm super excited about. Well, I am kind of doing it quarterly. I'm doing September up until the end of the year. So a little over a quarter. We're doing 4 months, but so we'll do a third. We'll say we're doing thirds here on the Hardcover Comic. Now, keeping that in mind, the place obviously I'm going to go whenever I'm buying these is organicpricebooks.com. You can pre-order most of these there already. If you follow them on Instagram, you'll get updates on the books as things happen. Dates may change, of course, from the time of recording, so please be a little generous there. But organicpricebooks.com, you can pre-order there. Use the promo code THC2. You'll get an extra $2 off every single one of your orders. It's the only place Matt and I go to get books anymore. And we're very excited to get all of these books from there. At least I know I'm excited to get all of these books from there. So let's get into it. Let's talk about upcoming releases from September until December. Alright, first up on the list. Now, keep in mind, these are my most anticipated releases. These are not all the releases coming up, but it's still a really big list, and it encompasses everything I'm definitely going to be picking up or very excited for at the very least. We'll start off with X-Men Hellfire Gala. This is the red carpet edition that's coming out early September. September 8th is the date that I saw as of this recording. So take it for what it is. These dates, of course, may change, like I mentioned earlier. This is sort of the final piece of Hickman's run on X-Men. This includes all the tie-in issues that were involved in the Hellfire Gala crossover event. I don't know what they mean by red carpet edition. There is some speculation that it's extra oversized, especially based on the price. It's $75 US, I think, cover price, which is the same price as the Omnibus. That's 3 times as many pages. The X-Men Omnibus that's coming out, that's 3 times the number of pages, but I don't know for sure. I haven't seen anything online that would tell me it is for sure extra oversized, but either way, I'm really looking forward to it. That'll sort of wrap up the Jonathan Hickman run of X-Men. At least, well, no, it won't. That's not true, because he's doing that series, that mini series later. I forget what it's going to be called. I'm sorry, guys. I'm new to X-Men. This is all new to me, but Hickman's doing a 4-issue mini that will, I imagine be collected at some point. I don't know where or when or how, but that would probably culminate his run on it. Either way, the red carpet edition of X-Men Hellfire Gala is definitely on my list. On September 14th, we're going to be seeing Christopher Priest's run on Deathstroke collected in Omnibus format. It's about 57 issues, if I'm not mistaken. A really beefy book that will collect a really good run on Deathstroke. I really like the run on that Christopher Priest had on this series. There were a lot of fantastic artists whose names, of course, I'm not remembering now. All I'm remembering is the issue that Dennis Cohen drew that I was staring at over and over again. It was so fantastic. But that's not to put down any of the other artists on the series. I'm just an idiot and I can't remember everything. I wish I could. But it's a fantastic run, action-packed, full of philosophical things that will make you think about, anti-heroes, about characters in general, people in general, and what they do to get by in life, the toxic relationships they get into, the insane people they meet, and their paths to redemption or attempted redemption. A really incredible run. Christopher Priest is such a fantastic writer. I pretty much follow anything he'll do. And I really like Deathstroke as a character, so can't recommend checking this out enough. As of this recording, September 14th is the release date. Gideon Falls Deluxe Edition Volume 1, collecting the first 16 issues of the 28-issue series. Cannot wait. My God, do I love Gideon Falls. Matt and I have talked about this series ad nauseum. You can check out any number of videos we've done on it. It's shown up in a bunch of top 5 videos, definitely the Jeff Lemire one. You can also check out, I think I reviewed the first 12 issues of the series in a standalone video as well, so please check those out if you want to know more details about it. But it's a suspenseful horror thriller book. Andrea Sorrentino, Jeff Lemire. Absolutely stupendous. Image Comics, one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. I cannot wait to pick this up. It's coming out September 15th. So close. It's so close. And then I imagine Volume 2 will be right around the corner, since this is probably going to sell like hotcakes. So I'm very, very excited. You can probably hear the giddiness in my voice. Gideon Falls. September 21st, as of this recording, Justice League Dark will collect the entire New 52 series. I think it's around 60 issues or so. Crazy. It's a huge, massive series. It's the entire New 52, Justice League Dark, all contained in one book, and that includes all the Trinity War crossovers. That includes all the Forever Evil Blight crossover issues. So you got some Phantom Stranger in the mix, some Pandora, some Constantine in there. Craziness, absolute madness, and I cannot wait to own it. I do have a custom bind of the Jeff Lemire run all the way through to the end of the series. I'm kind of looking forward to getting the Omnibus with the oversized artwork. I also don't have the first handful, I think dozen issues that Peter Milligan did on the series. I don't have the iVampire issues that crossed over with that, so there's a lot happening within this Omnibus, and it's fantastic. You get, like I said, Peter Milligan, you get Jeff Lemire in there, you get J.M. DeMatteis, Ray Fox, tons of creators, incredible artists, Mikhail Janin being the I guess, primary artist on Justice League Dark once Jeff Lemire took over. I cannot wait. It's so good. You get the entire Trinity War in there as well. I love that event. I love Forever Evil Blight. Forever Evil Blight is genuinely incredible, as was Forever Evil. But anyway, I digress. Very excited for this. Please check out Justice League Dark Omnibus. Hopefully that will mean we start seeing I guess Justice League Dark, the Rebirth Omnibus. Hopefully we'll see that. I can't wait. Please check this out. It's coming out September 21st as of this recording. October 6th, we're going to be seeing Enigma, the definitive edition. Oddly enough, this is published by Dark Horse. This was initially a Vertigo miniseries written by Peter Milligan with artwork by Duncan Fegredo. Enigma is probably, it's a series I haven't spoken about very often, but it's incredible. It's an absolutely incredible series. It's very tough for me to describe exactly what it's about, but it follows a character who's trying to figure things out in life, trying to figure out who they are, where they belong, what their place is, how they're supposed to interact with the various barriers within life, the various social norms that you need to overcome, while dealing with these comic book characters coming to life and infecting the real world. It's absolutely incredible. It's a must-read classic, and I think this definitive edition will be a great way to go with it. I'm not sure why it's published by Dark Horse. The deluxe edition from Vertigo came out not that long, I don't know, 10 years... Not that long ago, not 10 years ago, 5 years ago maybe. Either way, we're really looking forward to picking this one up. I don't actually have a physical copy of the book. I've only read it digitally on Comixology, so it'll be nice to have a hardcover in my collection. Also on October 6th, Something is Killing the Children. This will collect the first 15 issues of the series. I believe they're selling like a regular deluxe edition and then a slipcase edition as well. I think the slipcase edition is a bit more expensive. I think it's more limited copies as well. But either way, you have two options there. But I'm very excited for this. I mentioned this series in one of my top 5 Boom Studios videos, sort of just talking about how mind-blowingly great it was. James Tynion is the writer. I forget who the artist is. I'm sorry. Again, I can't remember all this stuff, people. But you'll see the amazing artwork on the screen. This was a series I was going to custom bind, as I'm going to be doing with pretty much every Boom title coming out. But as soon as I found out it was getting a deluxe edition, I jumped on it because why not? I'd like to support Boom, and I'd like to get it in oversized hardcover format. So this series is still ongoing. We'll likely see a second volume at the very least. So I'm thrilled. I cannot wait. This is a fantastic series, and Boom Studios deserve support. Just be wary that their hardcovers sell out pretty quickly, so I'd go and pre-order as soon as you can. And while we're on the topic of Boom, on October 26th, that's the date I saw as of this recording, as I've said that many times, but Once and Future Deluxe Edition Volume 1 is coming out. Same thing, Boom Studios. They don't publish very many hardcovers. This collects, I think, the first 12 issues of the series. Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora. What else is there to say? My dog's barking. He's excited about it too. I mean, come on. This is going to be a fantastic release. It follows a character who is finding out that his family is involved in some supernatural stuff, and they've been fighting monsters. I really don't want to spoil it. It has to do with the return of kings It's such an epic title with amazing characters, breathtaking artwork, absolutely stunning artwork by Dan Mora, and brilliant writing by Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen, one of the best. I should do a top Kieran Gillen stories video, and maybe I will, but I'm definitely picking up this hardcover. Same thing with Something is Killing the Children. It's Boom Studios. It's more limited than a Marvel or DC release, so get your pre-orders in while you can. While we're talking about Kieran Gillen, Young Avengers is getting a reprint October 6th, the Omnibus. I used to have this book. I miss it. It's a great title. I read it many, many times, actually, and I wish I could read it again. It's definitely a breath of fresh air in the Marvel Universe. Being the Young Avengers, it's a group of, characters that are similar to the Avengers in terms of power sets, but very different personalities, character interactions, relationships. And between Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey, you get this attitude and style to the comic that is so unique. It's so different from what you'd expect from a mainstream superhero comic, and I love it. I personally love it. Jamie McKelvey's artwork alone is amazing, and I remember the binding on the original Omnibus was great. It's not a big book. It's about 15 issues, but it'll be cheap as a result, and I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic series, and I love Kieran Gillen. I can't recommend his books enough in general, so be sure to check it out. Young Avengers reprint coming in October. On October 12th, we're finally getting a Batwoman Omnibus. This is the J.H. Williams III, Greg Rucka, Hayden Blackman stuff. This is the Elegy storyline before the New 52, going into the New 52 with her ongoing series. Really, really fantastic stuff. You're either getting Greg Rucka writing, Hayden Blackman, and J.H. Williams III. J.H. Williams III doing artwork. I mean, man, if there's ever oversized artwork to buy, it's Alex Ross, J.H. Williams III. J.H. Williams III is just so good. His artwork is amazing. His page layouts, his action sequences, his character faces, everything is just stunning. And the storyline is absolutely fantastic too. What's really great about Batwoman is there's always a bit more horror and supernatural within her universe, which I personally love. I know Matt loves that as well. And of course she's got, the sexual orientation that's not, wasn't the norm at the time. It's still sort of, frowned upon in certain parts of the world and certain parts of even North America, which adds to the character's complexity along with her relationships to characters within Gotham. I don't want to spoil much, but her relationship to characters within Gotham. If you're a fan of the character from the Detective Comics by James Tynion run, this is going to be right up your alley. You will absolutely love this omnibus, and I'm really glad that we're finally getting to see it. On October 20th, we're getting the Darth Vader by Charles Soule omnibus. I gotta say, what Marvel's been doing with the Star Wars intellectual property is pretty spectacular since they've received it. The comics are absolutely incredible. You had the amazing Kieran Gillen, Salvador Larroca run on Darth Vader. Incredible omnibus that is getting a reprint. I highly suggest pre-ordering that as soon as you can. Amazing book. But now we're going to get to see the run by Charles Soule, who's currently writing the ongoing Star Wars series, which is great. He's doing a great job, in my opinion. Greg Pak is doing the current Darth Vader, also doing a great job, in my opinion. But Charles Soule on Darth Vader, I haven't read much of this. I've read a little bit, and I gotta say, it's fantastic. I don't know yet if it's as good as the Kieran Gillen run, but nonetheless, very, very exciting. It picks up where that one left off, and it sort of ties in the rest of the stuff that's happening within the Marvel Star Wars universe, all the sort of newer characters that have been introduced, and that have become a bigger part of the overall plot line that is the Star Wars comic universe. Highly recommend checking this out if you're a fan of anything Marvel's been doing with the recent Star Wars stuff. I'm definitely very excited for it. This October, we're going to see the finale, the third volume that will be the ending of the trilogy of the Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore set. Probably going to follow a similar design that we've seen with the other books, that sort of felt mossy feeling on the front, on the actual hardback itself, of course with a nice slipcase. But this will collect the final 15 issues of his run. So obviously if you've picked up the first two, you're waiting for this one, of course. A monumental run, one of the best runs in comic book history. So if you haven't yet, I highly suggest trying to track down volume 1 and 2. I think they're getting reprinted all the time. Shouldn't be too hard. And volume 3 will get you the entire run. Truly, truly, one of the best runs you'll ever read in comic books. One of the best books you'll ever read, period. About a very complex character in a very complex world, dealing with insanely intricate subjects and characters, corporations. It's fantastic. And of course, for Swamp Thing completionists, if you've been collecting it all, Swamp Thing's got a cult following. This is definitely right up your alley. In November 24th, as of this recording, we're going to see a reprint of the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1. I personally cannot wait for this. I missed the boat with the first printing, and I love Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It makes you mad. It makes you goddamn sad. It's such a brilliant run on a fantastic set of characters, no pun intended. But I truly cannot recommend this enough. Get on the boat while you can. Get into Jonathan Hickman's run because it's amazing. And in December, you'll be able to follow that up with buying his X-Men run, his X-Men Omnibus. The only problem with it is they did not include the X of Swords stuff. They did not include the Hellfire Gala stuff. So you'll have to get that on your own. I think you'll miss a little bit if you skip out on X of Swords, a little bit if you skip out on Hellfire Gala. You could probably still get a decent reading experience out of just the standalone omnibus, but I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough choice. I get it. I get why it had to be excluded. But either way, I highly recommend checking out both those Omnis. I love Jonathan Hickman, and he's done such an amazing job with everything he's done at Marvel that I can't recommend any of it enough. Another reprint we'll be seeing in December is Wolverine and the X-Men by Jason Aaron. About 47 issues. This was a run that came out a while ago during the Marvel Now era. It's probably about 7-10 years ago maybe now at this point. Time flies. But a really fun book too. Jason Aaron is known for his serious action-packed titles, which this is. It does have that as well, but it's also a lot more fun. It's Wolverine plus a bunch of younger X-Men. Of course, some of the more adult X-Men come in as well. A lot of artwork by guys like Todd Knock, Chris Bacalo. If you're fans of them, you'll really like this book. Like I said, it's got the action and the seriousness and the maturity of a Jason Aaron book, but it's also a little lighthearted for the most part. And the artwork also adds to the tone of the book. You know, it's not as serious as a Steve McNiven, right? So either way, I love this book. I had the first printing. I sold it when it was going for a lot of money. I'm definitely going to pick up this reprint because I'm excited to read the series again. I'm really getting back on a Jason Aaron kick, and Wolverine and the X-Men is just a great time. But that's it. Those are all the books that I'm really, really excited for. I'm sure there are more that maybe I didn't even see or I've forgotten because I can't remember all this stuff, like I've said many, many times. But let us know down in the comment section below what books you're most excited for. Please correct any information that I gave out that's incorrect. Like I said, these dates change, they fluctuate. You know, Marvel within weeks has changed dates. So please take whatever I say in terms of dates with a grain of salt and fact check yourself. But let us know what you're excited about in the comment section below. Check out Organic Price Books. Use the promo code THC2 for an extra $2 off. And until next time, as always, you stay classy, Internet.